Well, hello, darling. Fancy meeting you here. I was like thinking about come here often. All the good stuff, right? So, here we go. I'm going to go through and do the cards for our Mabon autumnal Libra season. This is the jam for us. I'm going through all kinds of crazy shit. Y'all going through it? Y'all going through it? Because I know this is like, we are actually physiologically shifting into a whole nother fucking vibration in Earth. And I'm a physical conduit, so the physical is happening for me. We're going to go ahead and shuffle for the birthday babes, Libras. Ready? Let's see if I can feel my fingers. I got all kinds of weird she wants. Nature. This ring lamp is so cute, but it actually like, oh maybe, oh, is that better? If it bounces off my face. I don't know. Ring lamp's cool, but it keeps, it's just gonna get dim, y'all. It's like, imagine mood lighting. Because it's your birthday, Libra, I'm gonna go for a whole experience here on what the is processing. We'll work on these things as we keep going. We'll work on these things. Try to get my crystals to hold them so that they don't like, there you go. Yeah, oh, isn't that ironic? So I've got a whole bunch of lovely crystals here because I'm just, why not? The Sri Yantra, which is one of the most powerful mandalas. It's a bit hard to see, but you know it's there, Sri Yantra. And the spiritual growth card is leaning up against my, shoot, I knew what it was before. It's like a wailing, here, look at this. It's like the grieving monk. It's called the thing, and I just had it in my head before speaking. So the idea of this totem is that it is the thing that processes the grief for you, with you. Well, you know what? With you. Isn't that adorable? Look, his head is in his hands, his lap, his feet. Got this at Orcas Island. A little sanctuary there. So isn't that ironic that you've got someone with you? I think that's what that means. I mean, the fact that that card is even, this is how everything goes for me. And here, but that wasn't the only one it actually wanted to play with. So you're, oof. Busy, huh? Busy? Well, you're about to be. So the theme here has been the return to nature. And these can happen in all ways, shapes, or form. But that there's, and so this card, when we do these more extended, and if you want your own extended, holler at me. So this is always in a place where a space is like the theme, where we're coming from. This is like a theme in your life when this is here for me. This, in my spreads, that's what I'm asking for. Is like, what is this? Because we all do, right? Like we all have these core parts of us that inspire, drive, you know, perspective. It's just like some of them become core wounds. These narratives or these experiences, there's so many different kinds, right? Like nature for you is necessary. It is absolutely necessary. And it doesn't have to show up like people just like expansive, like, oh, that means you have to be out in nature. But it could be like, maybe you're a green thumb in your apartment. Maybe your thing is like going for a walk. Or, you know, there's just like so many ways. Maybe it's painting and drawing nature. It's like so many different things for however you Libra, all right? But this is where it's about. Through this return to nature, through something around nature, through your practice in nature is where you're finding this route to launch. And so this route to launch, these things, especially these cards, they always say like, express, like a double down. I'm going to say double down, you know? So these like empower each other. And this spiritual growth card is about like, guess what? You probably have started experiencing. This is where you are at right now. This launch, right? This spiritual growth, this whole other. And I like the way that the artwork for me really reflects like the experience, which is not one or the other. It's like you have to go in and out of the light and the dark. It's a balancing of both. I truly think that we grow the most when we are in the space where we, quintessentially as humans, quantum-wise, are the creation of both of those things in different kinds of balances. So, yeah, you've been going through some shit, and it's not been light, and it is gonna stick, you know? Like, it's not just like you're like, oh my god, I'm hitting this wall again, or I'm hitting this issue again. This is about the next level. This is about like, maybe this is confirmation for you that like what you're going through is that. So don't get down if you are. This is fucking great, and the work you're doing is showing up, right? And this is about this card. Look, she's like zing. This card, signs, is about this communication. Like you are going to be receiving, right? You probably are starting to experience synchronicities. I call a lot of like, what is it when you, superstitions, right? Like if you don't know or understand like how to read signs, find your superstitions, your things, and play with them. But then, you know, you can holler at my podcast, because Gina and I talk about like creating relationships with your guides and ancestors. So it has to be maintained. If you want to have a clear conversation about what these signs are for you, then you're going to have some faith and some attention and a little bit of follow through. So when I make agreements with spirit, I try to make them small and attainable. So please, if you decide to start reaching out to your ancestors, which is like, well, basically, it's happening. But if you really want to create this clear conversation, because guess what? They're talking to you. You've asked for it. They're literally going to be like, we are talking to you. You have been trying, you know, you've been calling this in. You've been ready for it now. You're doing the fucking work. It's time. You're gonna have to make space in a way that you believe it. So like for me, that's like, okay, I actually do have to put like 10 minutes aside every day, no matter what or whatever, like for me to go to that place in that heart center space and the third mind launch or whatever, right? Because it's like anything, like brushing your teeth every day, drinking water every day. It's kind of like, if you want to have this language, you invest in learning it, they show up and invest in learning yours. So, good job, Leaves. Meow. I mean, that's like, it is. It's like learning a whole new language on a different planet. You're using, like, different muscles to speak. Okay, Scorpio. Like, before I could even, Scorpio, you know, the rest of y'all gonna pull a onesie unless it calls for other, just because birthday monster was hot. So, guess what? Didn't you and I get this kind of shit? Are we going through this right now? Because, like, this is kind of what's up, right? Like, this is kind of what's up. It's not a totally passive, like, do you notice there's a balance, you know, to it? Even though there's a card that literally says that. This is like the conversation that I've been having with another person I care about, which is like, who's showing you they're worth it? What is showing you they're worth it? And not in a way that it's like, are you being short-sighted about like sort of committing to something but you haven't really followed through? Like, yes, give stuff time and serious energy about a thing. Like, do your part, but don't overdo your part so that you're doing work for something else to validate you continuing to, you know. It's got to be about that, and something the divine Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin. She really has that energy. That's like not even a like mental Freudian, right? A Qigong master and Reiki or a friend, just a divine human being. If anyone wants a stunning recommendation, I got you one. Oh, okay. I mean, we didn't expect that, but was saying that, you know, sometimes it's this practice about becoming what you want. And for me, that was about, instead of a singed, I'm Scorpio rising, a singed, like, burning heart, like, I am strong and I will speak my truth and I will get myself to do this thing and I will move through the world. You know, it was like, actually, I do want to find out how to do that with ease. And that has been a huge transition for me as someone in a, like, TMI, trauma body. You know, it's a different kind of experience. So, just like, maybe if you have this faith and you make space for miracles, like, this literally what this conversation is like, let it go. Because you have your arms so fucking full of something that is a hot mess. It's distracting you, and you need to clean out the closet with love, okay? Not like, oh, I love you, I'm so sorry, but like, I'm letting go of the resent, and I'm letting go of the anger in ways that, however you need to process. Honestly, this woman, like, who is the Qigong, just really helped me move some shit I never thought I'd be able to. It was profoundly simple, and just right there, because you're ready. This is a conversation of, like, you are doing this right now, and have faith that you are making room for the thing that you've been praying for, and the miracle, and the asking for, and the manifesting. Like, but you have to, like, you're too distracted, and you need to, like, emulate the softness that, or whatever it is that you are trying to actually call into your life, because you have to match the vibration. So start to relax the grip, and in engaging with more joy and ease, open up and let go of what's not working, and that may be minimizing or cleaning out, because if you want to get this thing, you got to make room, and they are here for you. You good. You know it. I always say, I'm like, you guys, I'm not going to, like, take so many cards, and then they all just get, I mean, I get chatty. So here we go to my Sagittarius. Ooh, my. Hey. Shit. Y'all. Feeling it. I mean, I get it. Someone who is constantly trying to, like, build community and be there for others is, one, the self-care is intense, and an intense need to maintain. It can be a little underswept, right, for the Sagittarius, taking care of a lot of other people. But also, it's right here, okay? It's there. It's right there. So, you know, go through the feels, right? Get it? Go through the feels. Process the grief. Sit down. Fucking cry. Like, it's okay. Because you have got this benevolent, loving, you know, this card is always like, this is a love note from whatever you believe in or have faith in. That, like, you have this support, you know? That there's something there looking out for you, and you are being divinely, like, supported in that way. Ask, speak to it, reach out to it. You know, it's time for you to feel that you do have something on your side. So that's, yeah. I mean, I was just thinking about that. I was like, wouldn't the guardian angel Michael come out if we're talking about you having, like, angelic support? Whatever it is. I mean, these are all words that I'm like, I wasn't raised in a faith, so I believe these are interchangeable with all kinds of energies, spirits, ideas, ancestors, whatever it is. You have this, honestly, we're all, like, I'm God, you're God, everything is God. You have you. And there's a process right now where I hope you can see that you're being offered this space to see, like, how fucking divinely, you got this shit. You've got this shit. It maybe feels, and make space for your feels and actually take care of yourselves. But you're supported by this higher power, whether it's your ancestors, which I do believe in, or spirits, which I do believe in. Y'all, I do all kinds of crazy shit I fucking believe in. I mean, angels, thank you, Sagittarius. Angels are one thing. I'm not quite sure about the word and what that actually means. I think that these wings we're seeing are like fractals and images. I understand that. So, you know, we got all kinds of opinions over here. Check out my podcast. It's Capricorn. I mean, you're just always really, like, you know how to cut loose and have fun, but it's like I know exactly how to facilitate my favorite shit happening. Like Capricorns are like, oh, I want to like run this shit, but maybe it's about outside the box a bit. Yeah. Maybe you've been working, I mean, this is my own channel message. Maybe you have been working so hard that, no, that can't be 18 cards that want to come out. That's just me. But it's like time, right? You feeling that? I'm proud of you. Because this freedom card is always about like, oh yeah, there you go. Like you have been working so hard and you deserve it. This is about freedom and so like guess what? But here this is like because these are over here, right? This is what you're working going. Fucking let it loose. It's it's like with a thing where you learn the scales. You learn the scales and you practice the thing and you drill the stuff and you stretch and you run or whatever the fuck it is you do. And then when you're like, for me, it's performance. So like that curtain is up, fuck yes. Right. So it's about that, I think, is what Capricorn always is essentially is like, I have fucking trained for this and I am ready to fly. And you are. And you are fucking supported. But don't forget to practice the celebration. So this celebration card is a big thing in the way that it's about you are the only person who is gonna know what it is that will, one, reward you. Hi, Clo. One, reward you to a place where you're like satisfied by that reward. So whatever needs to be engraved on that plaque or like whatever ritual has to be done, you are the only one. Hi. Yeah. You are the only one that that really like knows what you want or need or validate, right? You're actually the only one that can validate or celebrate yourself. You're the only one that can put that gold star on that chart that really knows like how to do it. What kind of star that will make you feel like, fuck, yes, I have arrived. So make sure that you take time to celebrate it. Yes. Oh, celebrate it because it's going to be fucking great. I'm so proud of you. Capricorn. Okay, Aquarii. I know, honeys. This is me too. Yeah, we are going there. Have you been so enmeshed in your humanitarian, like, hearts and souls that, like, this pandemic and experience of almost being closed in has, for me, has given me a lot of, like, you should fucking sit with yourself and figure out who you are and what is going on for you and really sustainably what you need. And you know what that does, babe? Yes, it does. It gives you a sense of self. And so the last month, what I spoke to was this. When you are the seed in the ground and mycelium is touching you, like all the things that are growing and the nitrous and it's like chemicals and bugs in the soil, right? All this shit. Then you start cracking open. There's these sensations of growing. You're like in your shit, right? It's like you, but like surrounded by this darkness. But it seems like me. This is like a womb thing, right? Maybe. And then there's the point in which you birth. And so it's from the all and the almost internal, just like in astrology, the first couple of planets are your own internal consciousness, right? So it's all from there, and all of a sudden it becomes extra. Chloe, she loves it so much. She's my little Scorpio love bug. But this is like, you start to emerge as the flower that you are in this beautiful, homeopathic, like, natural environment that is a garden and then I got wildflowers, like nature. And you can stand back and you can look at all of it and like this is Aquarius, like you're looking at all of it and in and out and in and out and in, and you do it so much that you're trying to identify with everything around you that you all of a sudden lose this concept of who you are in it all. And it's like my gut reaction or like is to sometimes draw extreme boundaries. And then I feel alienated because I feel like I have to be my own self. And there's not an ease in this. It becomes like over manufactured. And what we've been working on, Aquarius, is emerging as your natural self in a way, in a space that you feel safe included and individual. And this is what homeopathy is about. Homeopathic remedies and even the sense of it is just this like divine ease, natural chaos, flow and flux, and letting go of rigidity. And that's actually that's what helps you. That's like the gift, which is wild for an Aquarius, right? But like for them to think that they can so easily exist within themselves as an individual. And the joke that like Aquarians are the eternal rebels, so they can't ever be not unique. They always have to do their own thing. But the softness of this card is what it's about. I mean, oh, and then this is on the bottom, so just that too. Let's drop that. Make room for miracles, Pisces. What are we going to do? Aquarius and Pisces, miracles coming for you. I feel like when it's on the bottom of the deck like that, it's about, okay, and Pisces is like, I know exactly what I want. Holy shit, I'm overwhelmed with everything. Please let me out of here. But here's what you can do. Okay? Because yes, you do need your space and your time to retreat. Yes. Oh my gosh, Pisces. Like, you need you time, self-care more than anything, because like having space to just be you and lovingly step out of the world is probably a necessary. And learning how to do it in a healthy way is usually the life skill of the Pisces sun, moon, rising, right? Extreme placements. So you have been in this space. I mean, I feel that is a lot of people are turning into like, okay, this is long term where we're at right now with quarantine and all the things. Like, ooh, here we come fall. This retreat card is about not just hermiting and like shutting yourself away, but you know, it's soothing. It's been like, okay, who am I? What do I need? What's going on? What's nourishing me? And the invitation is when you find a struggle, okay, if you start to struggle, Pisces, with with the want to disassociate, the need for a coping mechanism, and all the things that start to like drive us at Pisces moon, kind of like out to that place where we want to stop loss, some of the pain, or, you know, just like cut the world out. We don't always have to totally hard. This is that easiness thing again. It's not totally hard, but maybe there's something that you can reach into. Maybe there's something that actually creates more of this expansion of like, what is this retreat, or what did you learn from this retreat that you wanted to know more about yourself or go farther into, eh? Because this study is saying whatever you're thinking about, you know, do it. Take a workshop, try the thing. If you've been thinking about trying a whole new level of something, now is definitely the time to lean into that, because those are ways of learning about ourselves. Always. Like when we learn something new, we learn about ourselves. And it's like the mission of Pisces. All right. Okay. Guess what? I know, Aries. Oh my God. I'm Aquarius, you know, Scorpio, like all my placements are so much later that I always love to go by signs because of the season to lead, because I'm always like, I hate fast forwarding. Aries is like, what? I better be getting a good one. Yeah, you are. Ba, 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 da, da, do you feel abundant? Yeah, got it. Okay, so maybe this is like a still arriving feeling. I'm waiting for some of y'all watching. Chloe, I adore you, but like, come closer to my lap. Okay, there you go. God, she roly-poly is like farther in. Oh yeah, I love her. So abundance, babe. I mean, it's like, the gratitude practice is real, and it really does reward. It's shown in our brain chemistry results. Like now that we have all this fancy fucking MRI amazingness, right? It shows just becoming a bit more grateful. And then I heard something I want to offer you. Shit, how did it go? Fuck, how'd it go? Instead of saying, it's okay when someone apologizes, You say thank you. I mean, I know Aries is like, full fuck. Of course, thank you. Okay, of course, thank you. But you know, but like, this is you're really gonna feel like that. Like, if people are gonna apologize to you this month, you're gonna feel like, thank you. I'm so grateful, because like, maybe that's gonna clear the air. So again, the gratitude practice, if you can stay in the abundance mindset, stay in the gratitude, this is a thing for you. Like, this is something that, like, we're all learning stuff right now that's like long term, and so that is, oh, why? Yeah. Because you've got something coming, something starting, and so it's going to take you off of I love y'all so much. It's amazing, but it's going to stretch you, and it's going to feel like, ooh, a lot of pressure. It's a whole new learning skill kind of thing, or something's coming in. So, you know that thing where you're like a senior in high school and you graduate feeling like such a badass, and then all of a sudden you like go to college and you're like, holy shit, this is so new. But you're fulfilling your dream. Like, the college is the thing that actually, like, that vocation or whatever it is the thing you're super fucking lit and passionate about, except you're like, holy shit, this is new. It's a different feeling. So here, maintain, retain, remember this, take a snapshot. Aries, it's gonna be fucking great. Oh yeah, she likes it. She's like purring and drooling, y'all. She's way into it. So now we have Taurus, babes. Oh yes, I need to turn the cards around, because I always think that I'm choosing and then I like get nervous. Oh my god, you wanna? I actually feel this for you. Usually I dread this card, but for some reason I saw it and I got really excited. I take a sip. So, you have been having deep feels about this, eh? Oh. It would not be, like, more than hilarious for during the Taurus moment my other cat might, like, puke up a hairball. It's like, sappy, I love it. Taurus is like, yes, love, true love. Oh my god, we watched The Princess Bride this weekend. Love, true love. So, you have been, like, this is a thing. Asking for it, praying for it, feeling for it, manifesting. What if you were in a relationship that you are feeling like, ooh, this may be it, yeah? It may start to feel elevated. If you were in a relationship where you're like on this edge of leaving, you may feel a clear sign or feeling about making room for what's truly coming in. Oh, hey. Because some of you have been doing the work, right, to get clear on yourself. And the more you've been loving yourself, so there might be a let go of something that's not, that, I mean, if this is pretty, like, you're like, yeah, I was pretty sure I was about to, like, shift out of this thing. This is just affirmation. So this is not, like, go throw your shit, like, this is, you know, I'm not a relationship counselor. The only hesitation I have around this card is, like, please don't fucking take this as legal advice. This is about something that's pretty much on your fucking mind and is clear to you, and you just need to know that if you're in these relationships, it's got this support and this help, right? If you're working with guides, if you have any of this faith at all, in your higher self even, right? Pray to your guide, your higher self, all the words you use, theirs. So, this is going to be like elevated and shown, you know, because it's like they're bringing it in. You want this, you've earned this, you're working on it. Like, you're truly working on yourself about this, right? And, this, like, is again for those of you that are single or mingling and potentially looking for this thing, praying for it, not even potentially, like, you that are looking for this. This is about this being coming into your life. I also have to, like, just really emphasize, I think that essentially this card is about self-love. I think your body is your soul's truest mate. And now hear me, let me tell you why, and I hope you don't think I'm too morbid. I think I say this all the time. I have a number of soapboxes, you know. Just remember, just think of them as meditations every time I derail. But like, here's the thing. When we're born into this life, we've had many beings around with us, right? Like, we're like technically in the ovaries of our mother, inside of our grandmother, so we like have that, and then we're in our mother, and then like maybe we have siblings that came after us when we were hanging out with them and all that, right? Before, after even. So there's a lot of beings that come in and out, but as soon as you come into this life, it's you in this body. And then as you go through life after birth, there's a lot of things that come and go. There's people come and go. And you can find your soulmate. I think this is the actual message, right? You can find your soulmate. You can find your twin flame. You can find whatever the fuck you call it. And you can love each other so perfectly, but you don't ever fucking know when one of you is or isn't going to go. I mean, there's certain ways to determine that. Let's not go there. It's not the point. It's about, even if we were to like make it until like my partner and I, until like the craziest of old ages, and we like we're laying on our deathbeds together, one of us has to take our last breath first. And this is not a rejection, right? This is actually something that's just gonna happen, because nothing is promised in life except for death. People like to say change, but I think that they're fucking sugarcoating it. Like, oh, the only constant in life is change. No. The only constant in life is death. And everything is always like being reborn and shifting because of that. And different things have different timelines of decay. If time is real. It's a construct in a word. So guess what? It's coming in. The only reason it's gonna come in is because you are like all about you being a fucking badass, best soulmate for yourself, and really calling and loving that. If that wasn't just some fucking mind blown drops, just, I don't know. If it's redundant, you all let me know. Give me feedback about how you're feeling about these. I feel like you see my face enough. This is for Gemini coming, by the way, Gemini. I feel like I feel like you see my face enough that I don't have to put my face on this screen, because this other stuff is to make weird ones. Gemini. Oh, well, I mean, isn't that? Gemini's like, I fucking love myself. Loving myself. Loving my feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Because all about knowledge and shit, and it's like everybody's about educating themselves right now, and like all that stuff. So like transferring, okay. You know, it's not always fair that 2 or 3 come out for others and not for some, but like it does happen. Okay, so this is about working on it to coming to. Okay, so here's my thing. If I've ever dropped about Gemini, here's what I vibe from the inside outside eye. Gemini is like, you know, as far as astrological things do have any influence on our personality, persona, right? It is there. Otherwise, I wouldn't give a shit at all. But you know, we have our own free will and all that, right? And karmic life lessons and blah blah blah. So, but I think if you come in with the smooth sun and rising in Gemini, there's something about one of those qualities, right, that then is encouraged to be an absolute pioneer. And maybe, I'm gonna say it, pioneer in a way, because there's this like burden. My heart goes out to the complexity of the Gemini, the twins, right? Because you are, maybe this works, like 2 different beings in one body. So the Gemini is like, where do I belong? I'm looking, like I'm this and I'm that, and I'm this and I'm that. And you can get totally fucked by getting fractured and being like, I have to only be one side of myself. I can't be this juxtaposed counterindicative, like you just want everything to assimilate and put into form and zipper so lovingly that sometimes you start cutting parts of yourself out. And recently you've been like, you know what? Fuck that. And that is where you find this like harmonic, and then you can get this take off, right? I mean, So read the things, play the music, wear the clothes and the color, everything that makes you feel powerful, fabulous, and who you are. Don't give a fuck about what anyone else thinks or says. It's got to make you feel this way, right? Make the playlist that makes you feel the way you want to feel that day. Eat the food, do the rituals, do all of that, right? Do the things, the actions that put you in harmony with this, like, I am all of this. I can be this one day and this and next, and it doesn't contraindicate. I can actually mash the two up in my own dichotomy and way. Like, make whatever portion of the pie, whatever you want. Every day, change it. Fuck yeah, do it. Do it. You will then, then you'll get it. Like, you'll get this insight, this, like, next level, I'd say. This, like, whatever it is for you, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, that you're working on, it's like, the reward is right there. Ooh, hi! Cancer. Of course. Have I done this so far? Taurus, Gemini. Okay. Sometimes oh yeah, okay. Sorry. I guess we're coming back around to, like, everyone getting everything, because Spirit's got something to say for some of you. Babes, dreaming journals, dreaming happening. When you go to bed, ask for dreams. Do it. I love that shit. Doesn't always, like, you're not going to... It's not like a Grubhub order where you get to be like, give me this, please, and I want an estimate of when it's going to arrive. So dream work, dream alchemy is about this, like, repetition of practice and intention. Just like anything, it's a muscle. And so to keep a journal right by your bed with a pen, and it's really stupid simple and annoying for me to do, because I'm just bad with these kinds of things. So do what I say, not what I do. But... and as soon as you wake up, start writing, whatever the fuck. Like, immediately your brain dumps. It's amazing. Like, you're just like, read. And all of a sudden the story will start to unfold. Trust me, it will. So you can go to bed setting intentions and asking for dreams. If you're finding issues in your dreams, the practice of lucid dreaming is real. And it is powerful. Go do shamanic journey work. Do your meditations. That's where you can practice lucid dreaming in a tangible way, that when you go into the dream world... you have this thing. And so here's something I'm working with. I'm working with letting go of nightmare things that used to plague me. I've been recently, like, pretty good, and then I've had a few pop up. And what I'm noticing is, of course, it's all my own stresses and things, and I think some other stuff. But if you start to practice this idea of calling in, like, a safe space when you sleep, okay? So I encourage you to, like, what I do is I talk to, they can be really... good intention, but you want to sleep and you need the directions. So I will sometimes ask for medicine dreams. I will sometimes ask for healing. I will sometimes ask for peace and quiet. Okay? I will sometimes be like, I love you all. I have to go to bed. I need my sleep and rest. Like, please respect my space. And I will have nights where I'm like, and then there's nights where I just, like, had a weird fucked up day and I have some strange fucked up dreams. Know that you have this divine, loving, supportive group, guide, benevolent beings that are there for you, that you can trust. So if you continue to practice this lucid dream, you'll find this ease and calm, and you'll find this communication that's happening. And it is about this balance. I don't know why the balance card. Why the balance card? Because I think there's a place to be had with it. A finding of, like, is there something exhausting you? Feels like it's just, like, out of control or in control. But maybe you need to, like, chill the fuck out if it's too much. Like, if you're just, like, really hyper obsessed with these dreams, it can be a gripping that needs to be and if you're not paying attention, but like, if you've got reoccurring nightmares and you're not paying attention to this, like, don't go drinking everybody's Kool-Aid, because actually your own dream... Okay, here's the thing. Your own dreams are your own. You have to know. You have to figure it out. And sometimes I do reach out to other people, and I read stuff, what they think, and I'm like, I don't know, or, like, that makes sense. I think that sometimes that shit comes our way for a reason. But the best dream work that I've ever done is like mandala bubble wording. So you start with like the big core themes, and then you spider out, you know, like all the other words and themes, and then you write about what those things mean to you. And as you go out and out, you'll start to see this narrative. It's really cool. A friend of mine recommended that. Journey to the Goddess, Annalisa Durr, Journey to the Goddess. She's got a YouTube and Instagram. She's fucking amazing if you're interested in stuff like that. She is a master's in mythology and way more. Shamanic work with Mary Magdalene and the Divine Feminine. Of course, Journey to the Goddess. Fuck yes. Shout out. Here we go, Leo. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I mean, what's that about? Oh, is there something powerful you find in a space like that? Do you have a sacred space that you go and you've like found a place where you can find like a freedom to be you somewhere in nature or something expressive of nature, right? It's like it's you in that space, that place where you can like hear yourself. And that, ooh, honey, that you need to fill that cup, right? Yeah, you do. You need to fill it. That's beautiful. That like there's a time where we go out, like I said, on stage and we get to be ourselves, but there's like the rehearsal time and then there's afterwards. I know this as a performance. There's the place where you are so in the weaving of it, right? Like I absolutely thrive in the rehearsal, even though I hate it. I hate rehearsals because it's like so weird and psychological. That's why I like walked away from acting. But there is something delicious in it because it is like you go into the place where the natural world of humanity in their most base instinct, when you get to that place with this like raw connection and where your instinct lives and your connection to like your natural, what is that? Natural instinct. Redundantly, but perfectly so for a lion, right? In nature, you're like, your pride, all right. You get it. But there's a place where you really, like, you have to connect with that, like your gut instincts, your intuition, and that brings you this space where you find, like, this is how I fucking show up. That's what you've been doing right now. So the thing that's going to be an invitation and a challenge is you're going to receive an invitation for space, for seclusion, for meditation. Now this doesn't have to look like that. This can look like this can look like that. Okay? This is all meditation. This is as important as this, as important as this. Do it all. These two things are part of this process. Don't forget to find your way and do it your way, and also the whole balance process of it. Does that make sense? Leos, does that make sense to you? Like, because sometimes I feel like we get so like, oh, it's all about that performance. Like, oh, I know my tools, and you fucking, right? You know yourselves, and that what makes you so confident when you stand up in front of everyone. You know it, right? You're like, I fucking know this, and that's why I can stand here and share this, teach this, speak this when someone else wasn't ready. And yeah, they're all the same thing. You can do that in a very quiet, fucking powerful space. Oh, hi, Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Hi. Hi. Just remember when I was talking to Scorpio, maybe not. I'll repeat it for you because I'm going to try to put the times on here. So, yeah, ease and flow, back into the joy. Oh man, the enchantment, like the need to go back into a place. Like Virgos are such service oriented, show up for channeling other people's needs and pain and caretaking. And then there's that whole, like, I love to say, they're like the triage nurse, you know, constantly like ready to do detox, clean the body, whatever needs to happen. What the fuck needs to happen, let's fucking do it. And so reconnecting with the, like, always, it's essential to reconnect with this spiritual enchanted side. You know, this, like, this card, this enchantment card is about this need to like really remember the magic. Remember the magic. See the magic. Act, laugh, dance, sing, paint with the fucking magic. Like, Virgo, I feel like you are understanding this. It is necessary for your livelihood to surrender, to let go of trying to make whatever the fuck was happen, make what was happen, and hear exactly what your heart has been singing to you this whole time. That you've been holding on to something, so there's going to be a let go. They're going to be like, okay, you know you love this, you know how to maintain it, let all that other shit go. Hey, Miss Perfectionist, Mr. Perfectionist, we know you can fucking do this, gold medalist. Like, I know. You got your aesthetic, your thing down to a fucking T. But everything has now been tossed out the window. So can you know yourself so well and also have so much fucking faith in miracles in the universe and all the fucking things? Can you just let go and trust? It's going to be fucking great. Yeah? Yeah, babes. Right on. So, here we go. That's the way it's going to feel. Libra, Mabon, all the fucking things. I've got a general card reveal on my Instagram. Patreon stuff, music things, goodies galore on my website. I'm going to have a few ceremonies coming up. I'm going to do a Halloween, and I'm also going to do a big December 21st in support of the Olivru and other, like, sacred elders who are doing ceremony work. You know, they've asked that we not, like, travel there as tourists or clog the space. I could anyway, so I'm not going to. But what I think is that it's important for us to, like, hold communal, collective conscious space, and it's not to go up and clog it, but I think we should go up and be like, what, like, I guess what they would say, like, in a woman's sweat lodge, when the men were attending, the men would wash the feet of the women, and they went into the lodge, then the men would turn their backs and support by keeping that safe. They keep the fire going, they attend to what works, and this is just not to say, like, masculine, feminine, you know, identities of conversations, but this conversation of what it is to hold space and not make it about us. Okay? Yeah. So I'm going to try on the December 21st to have a collective space, and it'll probably be a really quiet bowl sound meditation so that we can just offer our hearts to that collective ceremony. So I hope that you join me there. I will have information posted next week on my website and a newsletter coming out. So sign up for my newsletter if you want that in your box. Love you, babes. And what do? Carpe diem. Game on.